Hey guys, today I am going to share with you the story of my mold toxicity. So for those that do not know, I was living in Houston back in 2020 all the way till November when I moved because of mold toxicity. So let me give you the deets. I was feeling my very best prior to the fall. So April, June, when the start of COVID happened, I was feeling like the bomb.com. I was having some awesome strength sessions. I was feeling my very best. And I was, of course, writing my book during this time. So there was no issues for me mentally or physically. In fact, I was going to do another bodybuilding show. And then shit hit the fan. I suddenly started, and I really didn't even notice it, started rapidly losing weight, losing muscle. Crazy sleep issues, started having really bad allergies and some acne, skin issues, dry skin. My hair started falling out like crazy and I could not think at all, like terrible brain fog. Could not remember anything. I was stumbling on my words and I was having a lot of like congestion, sinus issues, things that are not normal for me. And I even started getting like sick. So I never get sick. And I got a really bad, some type of virus, not COVID, and I could not get better. And it took one day for me to just look at my body because I haven't weighed myself and I choose not to. Now I do to make sure I'm gaining the weight back, but I had depleted. All my muscle mass was gone. My face was so entirely gaunt and I was scared for myself. And my gut issues, I didn't even recognize because I was going through my day-to-day, like super busy all the time, running through, helping my clients. I was so hyper-focused on helping others and thinking that this was just like my new normal. Maybe I was just stressed. Maybe it was my cortisol issues. I didn't know, but I didn't even recognize what was going on. And it took me finally realizing, hey, I'm not okay, to see what was going on. I actually kind of like questioned, am I feeling my very best? So just out of the blue, just for fun, because of course I wasn't thinking any of these symptoms were the fact that there was anything wrong with me. I thought I was just tired and needed a vacation. I did a mold test, a micrometrics ERMI test, that essentially you take a little vacuum, it's kind of easy, super fun, and you vacuum your apartment or home, wherever you live, and you send it off to the lab, and they check for different mold species. So I did that, as well as I did a gut test. So I did the GI map by Diagnostic Solutions, which I do for my clients, which for me, it was like, I was just doing that for fun. I had no clue I was going to have anything coming back. So I did the test. And when I came back with both of these tests, I saw that there was a high amount of mold. And my ERMI score was above 11. So if you don't know, the ERMI looks at different species of mold and you don't want it above 11 or actually even 10. Some people even say above 8 if you are quote unquote like susceptible to mold, there's specific genes. Or if you have a history of chronic disease or chronic illness. For me, hypothyroidism is one that I have. And so when I saw that, and I kind of like put two and two together because I had previously had actually had them come clean out my apartment and clean out the air filters and the air ducts because there was some weird smell in my apartment. So I put two and two together and I was like, oh my God, there is mold in my apartment. And I realized that I was mold toxic. All my symptoms were from mold toxicity, from the sinus issues, the allergies, the hair loss, the brain fog, the weight loss. Some people gain weight, some people lose weight. To the gut issues were all stemming from this mold toxicity. And there was more. Wait, there's more. I got my gut test back and I had Candida, a yeast, yeast overgrowth, which was furthering my symptoms, making me feel worse. So I had Candida, I had H. pylori, which naturally competes with your stomach acid. Not only does it prevent you from properly digesting and absorbing your nutrients and contribute to developing SIBO, but it also causes you to lose your first line of defense, meaning that I was increased risk for parasites. Wait, there's more, okay? So I had the Candida, H. pylori, low secretory IgA, which is your immune marker in your gut. My entire body was just downregulated. My immune system was downregulated. I was nutrient depleted, rapidly losing weight. It was not good. And then I found a jaw cavitation. And I'm so glad this happened out of the blue, thank God. But I was having some pain in my tooth. And you can go back and look at my stories and look at my IG video about this. But I was having some pain in my tooth, and I had just whenever I was like eating something as simple as spinach. And I went and got that checked. I had it looked at and they said, there's nothing wrong. And I was like, but it hurts me. There is something wrong. So I went and I had 3 other dentists look at my scans, which I had done a 3D cone beam scan because I believe in seeing a biological dentist. More on that later. But essentially, they looked at it and I sent it off to Dr. Blodgett in Portland. And they came back and they told me, Lacey, you have a jaw cavitation. And I was like, wait, hold up. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Well, I should do a whole podcast on this, but basically, a jaw cavitation is when you have dead bone because of a tooth extraction or root canal lying up in your system, lying up in your body. And I don't know how long this had been there, probably starting 2015 after I got my wisdom teeth taken out, but all that dead bone had created a bacterial soup infection in my body that could be furthering contributing to my health issues. So what I did is I got that taken care of. I went to Marble Falls in Texas and I got that taken care of by Dr. Nunley and Associates. They actually found, they had only seen 1 on the scans, but when they went and they did the surgery, they took out 2 more. So I had 3 total cavitations, 1 okay. They took those out. And then I also literally like 5 days after this surgery, moved out of my apartment in Houston. And as I did that, I also started on my gut healing protocol. So I cleaned out my Candida, my H. pylori, what I thought and what I still think was some type of SIBO. I cleaned this all myself, got myself healthy, thank God, and have started to finally gain back the weight to feel like and look like a normal human again, not like a depleted skeleton. You can look back in my feed. I looked terrible. I get it. Yes, I looked terrible. But I was going through a lot, okay? So I got all that taken care of. But the kicker and the thing that was the switch for me to finally like gain the weight back and be able to digest my food again after all the mold and all of the digestive issues was a parasite cleanse. So yes, I pooped out parasites. I did the cell core, aka the microbiome formulas kit. And you guys, yeah, stuff came out. Feel free to listen to my podcasts all about this stuff. It's beyond fascinating. And I don't know where I got this stuff, but you know, it is what it is. And that was the game changer for me to be able to finally feel like my best self, digest my food, absorb my nutrients, gain the weight back, be able to work out without feeling like I was going to die. That's a lot, but I promised I would tell you guys how I heal my mold toxicity. So I'm going to tell you. So with mold, the most important thing is getting out of that mold. So I had to move and I had to get rid of things that were porous, you know? So you're looking at pillows, you're looking at blankets, you're looking at most of the time also mattresses. I did not get rid of my mattress. I'm going to have that professionally cleaned, but got rid of all my stuff that I could. I actually moved in with my parents. I'm building a house in Jacksonville now, so I'll be there soon, but moved in with my parents and I had to do my own healing protocol for the mold toxicity. So I'm going to tell you guys what I took. And this is what I also took to heal my Candida, my H. pylori, my quote unquote SIBO. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did. I did the cell core binder to help with the mold toxicity, as well as a binder for the die-off for my H. pylori and Candida. I also did Cavitation BR, which is a berberine containing herb to help with eradicating the H. pylori and the SIBO. I did masticum as well as gastromend. I kind of like cycled those. I also did caprylic acid. I did Ali Ultra and I did biocidin. So all those were my antimicrobials to attack things. I also did high dose pancreatic enzyme because my elastase, aka my pancreatic enzymes, were in the trash. So I did that as well. I also did bovine colostrum, which is fantastic for healing and sealing your gut lining, boosting your secretory IgA and your immune system. And then I also did Saccharomyces boulardii, which is beneficial yeast probiotic, anti-H. pylori, anti-parasitic, anti-yeast, incredible. So I did all those, and in combination with that, high-dose multivitamin, oh yeah, and acetylcysteine, the precursor to glutathione. I did that as well. I also did a little bit of acupuncture, sauna therapy, sweating, and focused really much on liver detoxing foods. So lots of leafy greens, fruits and vegetables, fiber. That's what I did to help heal from my mold toxicity. Oh yeah, and I also added reishi mushroom, and I cycled that one, cordyceps mushroom, as well as lion's mane. And that was to more help with cognition. So yeah, I took a lot of pills and a lot of tinctures, but after, approximately 10 to 12 weeks, and after I did that parasite cleanse, the parasite cleanse was the kicker that finally got me healed. That is what helped me to finally feel like my best self and take control of my own body again. Now, the reason I want to say, and I want to really say this like a lot, is you need somebody to be your second eye. I'm so thankful that I have an awesome team at Uplifted Nutrition that I could talk to through this entire process. Never do this alone. Never treat yourself alone. You will second guess things. And please, Lord, have a medical professional overseeing things as well. I made sure that I was under the care of a doctor, of an MD, who actually didn't give me my protocol. I paid them to double assess the protocol I made for myself. So make sure you have a second eye. Make sure you have team members and friends. Shout out to my girls, Anya and Rachel, a part of my Uplifted Nutrition team, for being there for me the entire way. Shout out to every single one of my clients for being there for me the entire way, for understanding my brain fog, for understanding everything that was going on, and being so sweet, encouraging, and loving. You guys don't know how much I appreciate that. So this was a lot, but I wanted to share that story with you guys. That way you would be able to understand it, and then also understand where my head was at back then. And that if you ever look at my old photos, you're not like, oh, like, what happened? Now you know I was mold toxic, not digesting and absorbing my foods, losing weight out of the blue. So that's what happened. We're 12 minutes in. I hope this was a great story for you guys. But that was my journey with mold toxicity. That was my journey with the parasites and the SIBO, Candida, H. pylori, you name it. What did I not have going wrong for me? But at the same time, what did I have going well for me? I truly believe that I was pushed through those trials and tribulations for a reason, and that's because it has made me a better dietitian. Unfortunately, I work with a lot of women that struggle just like I did, and it really hurts me because I have been there. It does not feel good to not feel like you're the boss of your own body, to not understand what is going on, and to have crazy brain fog, not be able to think, be moody, and just barely get through the day, because that's what I was doing, barely getting through the day. And I'm so thankful I went through that, because it has allowed me to understand and be able to tailor and treat and help hold the hand of my clients to get them to feel like their best selves because they went through the same things or are going through the same things that I have been through. So I'm very thankful that I have gone through what I've gone through. I truly believe God placed me in that place for a reason, and I am out of it. I am better, and I have honestly never been more excited about where I'm going in life. Which brings me to my book, of course, The Women's Guide to Hormonal Harmony. I had actually finished this book back in October, and because of everything I went through with the parasites, well, not just the parasites, but the mold toxicity, parasites, Candida, H. pylori, I added all this to my book because you guys deserve it. You guys deserve to know everything that you can to be the boss of I can't talk today. I've talked too long, it's 13 minutes, to be the boss of your own bodies. So if you want to check out my book, I highly recommend you go grab it on Amazon. But I hope this video was helpful. And if you ever need me or my team to help with your gut issues, thyroid conditions, I'm hypothyroid. I have been. I cured that as well. Your gut issues, hypothyroidism, sex hormone imbalances from estrogen dominance, PCOS, infertility, you name it, I'm here. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and thanks for being there for me.